Welcome one and all. Saturday the 24th of May 2025. I have a very special reading for you today. So, without further ado, I'm going to sound the tincture bells to clear the energy. You'll hear a loud sound. I'm so excited to do this reading today about my visit to the Sutton Veny Celtic knotwork crop circle, which appeared, I think, on May the 14th or 15th, just across the border in Wiltshire, which is about 25-30 minutes from where we are in South Somerset here. And I heard about it from Caspersight. He's an amazing YouTuber. I'm going to put the link to the programme that he's done. He's done a couple of programmes on the crop circle. Absolutely amazing. It will blow your mind. Amazing videos. So I'm going to put a link there in the description box below in case you'd like to go and watch it. And I recommend that you do, because it's just literally out of this world. So, without further ado, let us begin. So, important to say, I've smudged with white sage. The energy is calling for bells, sounds and song. That's very much a message I got since I visited the crop circle yesterday. It's difficult to know where to start. I'll just literally jump in. There is one of the baby blackbirds singing really loudly. So, I decided as soon as I saw this video, I need to go because it's not very far. And I've seen a lot of crop circles over the years and in my life, because I live in the southwest, you know, and we have a lot of amazing energy stones and circles and different things. But I've never been in a crop circle, so I was really excited to go and see and be and feel the crop circle. And I was lucky, and I did yesterday. And amazing. So I did get some downloads just now on my walk, further things I want to share, but I'll just basically tell you what happened. So my husband and I went down and to Beech's farm, which is in Sutton, Veny, Wiltshire, where the crop circle appeared, I think on the 15th actually. So it'd been there a week more or less before I found out about it. But I thought, right, okay. Luckily, I work from home, so I can juggle things around if I need to. And I was able to go down the next morning, which I did. And I'm so glad I did. It was just utterly amazing. And I went down there and spent time, took my socks and shoes off to really feel the earth, feel the energy of the crop circle. And the crop circle is a beautiful Celtic knot. On Casper's video, he says it's a Savoy knot, and I've heard other places say it's a witch's knot. Whatever the knot work, it's beautiful, and it really fits because it's quite near a set of villages called the Deverils, which are just across the way from Sutton Veny. And the Deverils itself is actually a Celtic word. So we know that the ancient Celts did settle in the area where the stone circle, where the crop circle is. Also the Romans were there too in the area. So it's been settled by humanity for a long, long time. And it was just amazing. When you look at the design of the crop circle, and I suggest you go and look at Casper's videos for that, because he had a drone which he sent up, so he's got some great aerial views and pictures and photography. And it's sort of a square with another square or feathered corners out of it, so it's kind of a 4 and then another 4. For me, I was reading many messages from the design when you see that, and it's really stability and also stability, but there's something about the interconnectedness of humanity. That was very much a message I got when I was in the circle. So I spent some time in the circle, And the thumbnail, which you'll see here, was me just lying down, absorbing the energy. And I have to say, it was amazing. It was that I felt a strong energy, a buzzing in the whole of my body as my body touched the earth there in the centre of that crop circle, and particularly around my head and the base of the head as well, but the head area was absolutely buzzing, almost to the extent that it felt a bit like a mild, electric current flowing through. Amazing. If you've got a chance, go down and see it. The farmer's lovely and the area's lovely, and it's sort of donation, like £10 or something, whatever you want to put in the box is fine. Beautiful. So I thought I've got to do a reading on this to impart the messages I got from the crop circle in Wiltshire to my beautiful Two for Joy listeners, viewers, videoship. I'm so excited to do so. So without further ado, I will press on. So the crop is barley in the crop circle, and I did, when I was there, look for 2 loosened bits of crop, 2 stems. I didn't want to pull anything off the crop circle as it had been flattened, and it's sort of flattened in a very beautiful patterned way. You have to really go and see for yourself. I'm not great at describing it, but I'll try. And it's very interesting. I picked up 2 pieces. One piece is here, which is just a ripe piece of that had broken off, probably from people treading on it or whatever. And I thought, well, I'll take that. I didn't want to snap anything off, so it was lying there. I took that, and this is very ripe. I have to say, the crop circle, I did take another piece that was a green piece of barley, and I put both in my bag, and I found other things. But by the time I got back to the car, I couldn't find the green one. I don't know where it went. Perhaps it fell out. It wasn't meant to be with me. But I'm reading a message from that, which is, you are harvesting. You're harvesting. Actually, the crop circle is not ready for harvesting. It is mostly green, with just the occasional ripe bit of barley in that crop circle. But it needs to grow a bit more. Those bits that are obviously not flattened, either by humans or aliens or energy or whatever it was that flattened it. I've got my own theories on that, so I might talk about those a bit at the end, but it's worth you going to have a look and just feeling it yourself. So I'm barefoot for this reading because it's an homage to being barefoot in that lovely crop circle. So what came with me was only the ripe piece. So there's some message in that for you, which is, I think you're reaping your harvest actually at this time because you have done a lot of work on yourself. Now, I didn't take my crystals to clear the energy or get the energy of the crop circle because I only recently cleansed the crystals at the Chalice Well in Glastonbury. So they're all perfectly fine. But I did find a crystal that I hadn't taken to Glastonbury. And so this is what I got and what I took. So I took my beautiful moon-shaped moss agate, which, if you look at the thumbnail, I think you can see it on my green bag to the side. I have got other photographs where I'm just sitting holding the crystal, the moss agate moon, in the energy of that. And of course, moss agate is about being blessed. So it's reminding us that we're being blessed, or we're going to be blessed, or we're going to be more blessed through the abundance and the harvest that's coming to us. But it's also, moss agate is about new beginnings. So this symbolises new beginnings. There's also another link to this crystal, and I'll just tell you what that is. When I found out about the crop circle, I did ask for downloads from Spirit overnight, if you like, and I was given downloads. One download was actually, they showed me a crescent moon, a bit thinner than this, crescent moon, and it was the gibbous moon. They also showed me an owl, small owl, a very little one. Yeah. So those were the downloads I got the night before, the morning that I went to the crop circle. Okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to tell you from my visit there. No, I think I've mentioned all of that. So on the way out of the crop circle, I was shown a beautiful corvid feather. Here's the corvid feather, probably crow or a jackdaw. So I took this, and I was shown another one today on my walk, just as I went for a walk down the lane, for further information before the reading, which I do, because when I walk I meditate as I'm going along. I meditate in nature, and they showed me another one, and I kind of wanted to take it with me, but I thought, no, I'm going to leave it there. It's just saying, don't forget to mention the corvid feather that you were given and shown on your way out of the crop circle. So here we are. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes up in the reading. What else did we have? Just lots of bells. I'm feeling drawn to wear bells on my ankles for the reading, which I'm doing. I do often, sometimes do that. So I've got little bells, and that changes the frequency. And this is why this is happening at the moment in relation to the reading. But it was very amazing as I went up the lane on my meditation walk before this video. All the birds seem to come out, and it isn't dusk. It's nowhere near dusk. It's too early for them to sing. But everywhere I went, the birds were singing through the hedge, and it's almost as I walked along, they came out and sang. There's definitely something about music, song, sounds, notes. I think vibrations. I think there's a energetic vibrational change to do with the crop circle, the pattern on it, the message that it is meant to deliver humanity. And these things have come to me because I've been there and partaken of the energy of that space, and it's meant to be given to you. So I feed you the messages. So bells, notes, songs, and larks were literally ascending as I went down the lane just now, singing their song. Sounds, vibrations, solfeggios. If you don't know what solfeggios are, go and look them up, but it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti is basically what that is. Vibrations, and they're changing, and there's a message in the changing vibrations. So let us pull some cards to see spirit, energy, all that is, source. Please will you give us some more messages through the cards today to help and guide the viewers and listeners, the people watching this video on the crop circle reading. I'm going to use 3 decks. Of course, I'm going to use Colette Baron Reid, and it's the beautiful Mystical Shaman, because we're dealing with earth elements, we're dealing with nature, with soil, with crops, barley, with the sky, with nature, with all the nations, the human nation, the animal nation, the plant nation, coming together in that crop circle. And so we're going to use Colette Baron Reid. I have pre-shuffled, but interesting, on the pre-shuffle they already showed me the owl, they showed me the crow. So it's definitely the right and it's the medicine wheel at the bottom, definitely the right pack. I'll read intuitively from the cards, and I will take the message from Colette, and then also of course Stephen Farmer, Earth Magic at the bottom. River movement. Something is shifting. There's something in the message of the crop circle, shifting vibrations and messages for us. We will clarify with a tarot from the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, just because I love this deck. I'm in love with it at the moment. And we will pull a charm at the end, just one tarot and one charm from our charming bag. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin. I'm going to take 2 cards from the Mystical Shaman Spirit. Please may we have 2 cards for the readers, for the first crop circle of 2025, as Casper called it. I don't know if it technically is. It's probably definitely the first one in Wiltshire anyway, so this year. There's another beautiful one that came, I think 4 days ago in Dorset. I will put the link to that in. It's not a video, it's literally a drone flying over the video. But the guitar music and the background music to that short video of the crop circle is perfect. So I'll put that link in as well. Please may we have a couple of cards from Mystical Shaman Colette Baron-Reid. I'll put the link to her cards and deck in the description box below. Thank you, Spirit. Let's put the corvid feather next to the barley. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell us? What would you like to tell the listenership, the radioship, the videoship of Two for Joy Oracle? Two for Joy 1, 2, 3. Regarding the crop circle in Sutton, Veny, which appeared a few days ago. What message? Thank you. Beautiful. The arrow. May we have another card? Thank you. For me, I'm intuitively getting forward movement, quick movement, quick change. Quick change. And we had, didn't we, from the moss agate, new beginnings. So perhaps the new beginning is coming in. Okay. Thank you. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Perhaps that change is coming in quicker. And of course the other card, what would it be? The circle. The crop circle. That's what this talk is about, this video today. I absolutely love it. I love it when they do the messages and they give you the downloads with love and with humour. It just makes me laugh with my heart. It's so beautiful. But this also, intuitively, the circle, not only is it a crop circle, of course, but it's the impression that I got from the knot work that's in that circle is interconnectedness. The interconnectedness. And you really see that in Colette's card, the interconnectedness of all beings with each other, but particularly humanity with each other. So man to man, woman to woman, human to human is really the feel I got from the knot work, and actually the message, I think, my interpretation, just one soul of the crop circle, is about connecting with humanity. This is a time, I think, when humanity is being pulled apart in different ways, and that's not good for humanity. And we're receiving a message through the design in the crop circle to reconnect with each other. I absolutely love this. And so the arrow, so 3 is the arrow, and the arrow is forward movement, swift movement. 3s are always progress, and this is literally upwards, which may be a reference, of course, to anything that might have created that circle. Now go and watch Casper's video, but the line there is, I'm open-minded to all the explanations. It's such an amazing circle. It could well have been created by some beings from another dimension. I don't know. I have no counter evidence for it. It is perfect, perfectly done, and it seems to defy explanation or logic as to how it got there. And certainly when you watch Casper's video when he talks to the Polish guy who was watching the farm there, and he interviewed him and his wife, I think, he was baffled, and you know, they saw a couple of things. I don't want to preempt the video, Caspersight video, because it's so good. I want you to go and see it. But there was something, and then in the morning, the riders that came down that train on the horses next to the farm, or part of the farm, they noticed the circle. So literally it could be coming from above. But anyway, even if it wasn't, and go with your own intuition, your own belief system. And I'm open-minded to all of it. I really am. I think there's downloads anyway from up there. Up there is giving us downloads. Let's look further into what Colette says for the arrow. So number 3, the arrow, she says, I'm going to read you the essence message. Receiving this symbol reminds you that when you are in alignment with your heart and your soul, you are on target and will soon be hitting your mark. Be true to your calling, release attachments, free yourself from the bondage of unbridled ambition. Now it's revealed to be a moment of contact in which your intention meets the material world. The arrow symbolizes the need to set your creativity free. Yeah. Planning has been done. Preparation. Now it's get out there and share it. Share it. I love it. That's a sort of a wider message. And I also meant to say, I'm so excited by all of this. My video's a little bit chopped up today, but this is a reading that's timeless. It's also for the collective, and it really is particularly for the collective. This is what I'm feeling today, so I'm going to go with that. And the other card, the circle. Let's see what Colette says, and it turns straight to it. I love it. Number 8. As you know, the 8 is a really good number. 2 times 4. And we said in the knot work, there's a square, which is 4, stability, and there are fronds, 4 fronds from that square. So 4 and 4 is 8, and here we have 8. And there's an 8 in the circle, and it's a crop circle. So let me read you what Colette says. Unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. And it's exactly what I was saying intuitively. They're asking us to connect with each other. The interconnectedness of humanity is essential. We need to do it more and in an accelerated way. In an accelerated way. Yeah. So what else does she say? The card reminds us that we are all one. And I have to say, when I lay in the circle, I did repeat that. We are one. We are one. We are one. And so it is in the circle, and it felt very, very powerful. And that harks to the idea that we are all connected, we're all energy. And this stone circle, this pattern, this reading is reminding us of that. So what else do we get? We are one. Dancers in a universe, in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. And that's the circle of life, isn't it? This life, this reincarnation, this moment, this grain of sand on the beach of time, which is what our life is. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever-changing, always connected. Human spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. You can't make it up. I didn't really know exactly what her words were, but it's literally what I said before. All the nations connected. The human nation, the plant nation, the animal nation. We're being called to swiftly reconnect with each other. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Spirit. It's wonderful. So, may we have more information from Steve Farmer and the beautiful Earth Magic. Please, may we have 2 cards from Steve's deck. Again, I'll put the link in the description box for you lovely peeps. Lovely. Okay, I'm laughing in a brilliant way. I only laugh in good ways. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'll explain to you in a minute why I'm laughing about that one. May we have one more card, please, from Steve Farmer on this crop circle video for my lovely Two for Joy viewers. For the collective who are watching this. Thank you. one more card, Spirit, please, from Steve Farmer. Did I say Stuart Farmer? Anyway, 2 cards have come, but one has fallen down, and this is the one I will take. Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Spirit. That's amazing, utterly amazing. So I'm going to read intuitively first from this. I'm laughing because the first card that flew out was a rainbow. 2 reasons why this is significant for this reading. Firstly, when I was lying in the circle, I lay in the circle first, and then my other half lay next to me and had a look up, and I think he took a photograph. And there seemed to be a big eye in the sky, but there was certainly the edge of a cloud, and it had a rainbow. Not because it was raining, but just how the sunlight was hitting the cloud in sort of fractals, and that was beautiful. So that makes sense. But also, we were singing a song today because we're in a band together, Midnight's Blue, and one of the lyrics is "Rainbow of Blessings." Rainbow of Blessings, which I've just realised and didn't realise until now. So that makes sense because I was literally singing it earlier. I was singing the words. Beautiful. I love it. Rainbow Blessings. I love this. And in relation to the top 2 cards, swift change, reconnection, be with people, the interconnectedness of all things, all the nations in alignment, human, animal, plant. I think, is it fungi are now their own nation? I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm wrong. They might be part of the plant, but I think they're their own one. So forgive me, fungi, if I've got that wrong. I think so. 4 nations. 4, another 4. The 4, the square, and then the 4 fronds. Ooh, the 4 nations. If we're assuming that fungi are their separate nation, which I think they are, we're going to receive blessings when this happens. Harvest will come. And then the second card from Steve is the lotus flower, which is, I think, when we do all these things which we're being encouraged to do, because we need to do that at this time in humanity, we unfold the utter love and beautifulness of ourselves, of our creativity, of our energy, the energy of interconnectedness. But it's the lotus flower and its unfoldment. Absolutely beautiful. When we receive one of the blessings that we receive when we're doing these things, and of course these things are happening, but they're noticing it and they're saying, you need to do more, you need to do more, you've been called to do more. There's a change in the vibrational energy of the earth, and it's calling us to do more of this, more interconnectedness, connect with fellow man and with all the nations, all 4 nations. When we do that, we're blessed, and we receive blessings. We give blessings to each other, we receive blessings. And this is part of our beautiful unfoldment. And in a way, what I love so much is that it is a crop circle. The crops are planted. They need water, earth, sun, the elements to help them grow, to bring to fruition. So there's really a cycle of life there, isn't there? You know, when Colette talked about the circle and the cycles of life, you cannot get more practical in that sense than growing a crop through the seasons in a field. And so the very aspect, the very idea, the very knowledge, the very hands-on tangibility of a crop circle is a living example of the cycles of life and an example of the interconnectedness of all things. And that's so beautiful. It just reminds me of the barley, whichever crop it is, but that crop circle is barley, of the unfoldment of every single sheaf. Every single part is valuable. And that speaks to humanity as well. We are all valuable. I love this reading so much. Please may we have a tarot for further confirmation, if there is one to come. Thank you, Spirit. Such a beautiful message on this Saturday, 24th of May, 2025, Crop Circle reading. Sutton Veny Crop Circle. Please, one tarot card that might draw this reading together, give the viewership, the Two for Joy, cosmic children watching this, a bit more information. Thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Okay, that's lovely. Actually, yeah, there we go. We have been given the Three of Pentacles. I like that. The Three of Pentacles. Actually, when you look at the crop circle, it is really only one circle, but there are two trees above it at the top of the circle, if a circle's got a top, and two at the other end. So there are actually three circles. But the other ones I think might just be tracks that the farmer made when he was doing the normal crop thing. Three circles. But three circles we know are, threes are positive again. 2 3s we've had here, and 2 3s and an 8. This is good solid work, the foundation of work that's happening. Intuitively what I'm getting from this is, again, when we work together, like these stonemasons or architects or whatever they are in this picture, when we work together, we produce something pretty amazing, pretty phenomenal. This beautiful arch with its intricate design of 3 pentacles. Yeah. So again, it's the interconnectedness. It's sort of saying, teamwork, please. Teamwork. What is it they say? Teamwork is the dream work. I think that's what they say. So I'm going to read you more about the 3 of Pentacles from the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Pentacles 3, professions, trade, celebrity, glory, acquired, and ability. Okay, that's fair enough. But what I'm getting more from this is the interconnectedness, the teamwork, working together. What we produce is beautiful. It's when we connect. And this is the thing at this time. I think this message is so relevant because a lot of humanity has been divided. A lot of divisive things have happened in various places by people in power. It's divided people. It hasn't really brought people together over quite a long period of time. And this is saying, look at what beautiful things we can produce when we cooperate, when we share in our skills and our talent. I apologise for that. I thought I put it on flight mode. I'm just going to do that. Oh, because there is somebody in my friendship group who does send a lot of texts. Apologies. So let's cooperate. Let's work together, humanity, because what we produce is so beautiful, like the intricate flower, the lotus. And it speaks to the unfoldment of beauty, and that's glorious. That's glorious. That's what I think that 3 of Pentacles means in this crop circle reading. Thank you, Spirit. That's so beautiful. And let's have a final charm from our charming bag of charms. So I just love that blackbird. Our garden is full of blackbirds and baby blackbirds. So many birds have had so many broods already. I'm going to do one from the periphery and one from the heart of the matter, because the crop circle had a periphery and a centre. Please, one for the periphery. What have we got? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So they've reminded me of something with the first charm. Thank you. I've forgotten to mention it. Thank you, thank you. One from the heart of the matter for the crop circle reading. Oh, I love it when they do this. I love it. Okay, 2 charms. So the first charm from the periphery of the circle, of the crop circle, is a beautiful, now I'm going to say hare. It is actually probably a rabbit, it's the enamelled one. But it reminded me that on the way out of the circle, my other half was looking at something else and there was some military stuff going over and he was interested in that, but I was noticing a hare that just very gently was coming on the edge of the crop outside the circle on the rest of the field. And as you know, if you've done this yourself in the countryside, when you see something like that, when you see a hare, for me this is the hare, and the hare was kind of that colour, russet. I saw it and felt so lucky because for me hares are divine, very, very lucky. And I haven't seen one for a long time, probably 3 years. Where we used to live before, we saw them all the time because we lived near arable fields and things. Now we're in a village with cows and dairy around the edges, and we don't really see them very much, but also numbers are dropping. They are on the red list, and that's also a red colour there, so it is reminding us of the urgency and our need to protect our wildlife, particularly the wild hare. This is probably a wild brown hare, the one that we saw on the way out of the crop circle. I did get a shot, but it's very pixelated, so I won't upload it. But it was enough that I saw that energy and felt blessed. Thank you for reminding me, because I would have forgotten. I love it. And for me, that's a signal that they love what I'm doing and that what I'm doing is from them to you, and that they're reminding me of things. Thank you. And the second and last bit of information about the crop circle reading today just blows me away and makes so much sense. The heart of the matter of the crop circle reading, of course, is the tree of life. Here we have the large tree of life. I've got a couple of discs in there, this a smaller one, but this is the bigger one. And I'm really getting a sense of that crop circle that came, however it came, absolutely amazing. Such a beautiful piece of artwork, divine in its own nature. However it was created, it's from the divine. But within that circle is all of life. It's the tree of life. And again, it draws me back to Colette's beautiful circle of life, circle of humanity, and the circle, that crop circle, that also had in its alignment the 4 nations, the animal nation, the human nation, the plant nation, and the fungi nation. So, beautiful souls, 2 for Joy Oracle. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I've absolutely enjoyed doing it. As you can probably hear, I'm still buzzing from the energy of the Sutton Veny crop circle. If you're near, even if you're not near, take time to go and see it. I'm not sure how long it will be there, or whether the farmer eventually will, up the crops that have been flattened with their message. I kind of hope that he doesn't, because it isn't actually that much crop of the field that's been laid flat, but it's been laid flat with a message for humanity, which is so important. So I urge you to go and see Casper and the videos. I'm going to put a link to the other crop circle that I found yesterday on YouTube. I might go and see that. It isn't as near, and I'll have to just see, but if I do, I'll do another reading on that one. So I'd love to hear your comments. If you go and see the circle, even if you don't see the circle and you want to say something in the comments, please do. The description box will have all the information in, and I hope you've enjoyed this reading as much as I've enjoyed sharing the downloads from the crop circle in Sutton Veny this May 2025. All that remains for me to do is to wish you well, and have a really lovely week, and I will see you at Two for Joy Oracle in the next reading, whenever that is. Take care, my friends. Bye.